Good morning, everyone, and welcome to UkraineDating.tv. And if you guys are looking for a serious relationship and looking for a wife and done with playing games and Western dating, sorry, just my here my face, you're in the right place. So, one second, guys. So today's topic is she exists. How to manifest the Ukrainian woman of your dreams. Let me find the video. There it is. Okay. And then we go from there.
How would I manifest the perfect partner into my life using the brain as the source?
I think that you hear a lot of people saying, this is what I really want in someone. But you never really hear people saying, I've really worked on myself and this is what I believe I have to offer. And so psychologically, you meet people at the level of psychological evolution that you're at. But equally, on the sort of flip side of the coin, you meet people at the level of psychological wound that you have. So with that one, I think the preferred method is to create a list of the attributes that you want in that person. But you then have to make sure that you are everything that is on that list.
Well, excuse me. Anyway, I thought I was going to get it done before. Anyway, I'm so sorry. This here. Anyway. Yes, I agree with her somewhat. I always agree and kind of disagree with most videos anyway, because well, everybody's got their own, I guess, mind and their own opinions, their own beliefs and stuff. I do believe that I noticed that, especially here in the West, I've been here for majority of my life at this point. I see here that women, when they look at the guy, they're always hi Santos. Yeah. And women always look at the guys like, well, what does he have to offer to me? Sorry, okay. Anyway, what does he have to offer to me? Like, I want this and I want that, and this is what he needs to do in order to make me happy. And it's always me, 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 me. What are you doing for me? And that's how they're looking for their partners. They're not looking to build the future. Most of these women, they just want to come where everything is already ready and prepared, and he has already established himself in life. And so he's got a house. He needs to have a house. He needs to have six-figure salary. He has to have a car, and a fancy one for that. And he needs to give her an allowance. He needs to pay her for her nails, for her hair and lashes and all this kind of stuff. It's like, what? How is this not like being an escort? But why are you looking for a husband material if you damn well know that you are not a wife material? That's the thing here. Is everything is backwards. Women just expecting $10,000 engagement rings and all this kind of stuff, but they never stop to think, well, what do I have to offer to him? And they always say, well, I am. When the guy is asking, what do you bring to the table? I'm the table. And I've said that before in our podcast before. If you consider yourself a table, well, the table is just a piece of furniture that without the food, it's just a piece of furniture that collects dust. And if it's not being treated, if it's not being cleaned and polished, whatever, if it's a wooden table, then it's gonna rot or whatever. It's the grass is not greener on the other side. It's always green where you water it and fertilize it. It's not just gonna get green because you're there. No, you have to take care of things. And that's the thing, that you need to be able to offer something too. And I'm a firm believer in There's the saying, you are what you eat. Well, your life is basically a reflection of what you really are. People make mistakes, of course, yes, but if you keep making the same mistake over and over and over, it's the definition of stupidity, right? Like you keep doing the same thing and expecting different result, right? And so I know some women that have that their entitlement and demands are just out of this world, and they're not even that good look. I understand. Okay, I understand some women that they have it in their head. Oh, I'm a 10, and they might be close to a 10 or even being a 10, but the looks, just the looks alone, you can't base yourself on. If it's just the looks, yeah, okay, whatever, but the looks is not the most important thing in the world, you know. It- it's not even for men maybe it could be in top. I don't know, you guys. What do you? Since you guys are here and watching, there's only two people, but anyway, I want some feedback. So, what's the most important? Like, how? What is the most important thing to you guys in a woman? Is it her looks? Is it her personality? Her character? Um, her accomplishments in life? Like, what do you guys consider to be the most important? That I know that men are visual creatures, so they, of course, they want a woman, like, first impression for a man, if she's a good looking, if she's well put together, if she carries herself well, she's classy, of course she's going to catch his eye. But besides the looks, what is it that you like? Do you want her to be nurturing? Do you want her to be submissive, or do you like boss babes? What is it that you guys um like, what's the most important? Like, okay, let's say, okay, let's say five non-negotiable qualities that you want in a woman, that without those five qualities you are not willing to even think about settling down, or like even dating for that matter. What's the most, yeah, hit me up, you guys. What? Okay, let me just see. Do money, and again, money. Well, I know that's not the answer to my question right now. Is you already, so that's money, and then approximately, before, a Russian lady asked me for a ring of approximately 3,000 US as a gift. Yeah. Again, you guys, I'm not gonna say that there are no gold diggers that are Ukrainian, Russian, or Slavic women. Yeah, there are degenerates, there are gold diggers, there are narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths in every single nation, in every race. It doesn't matter where you're from. There is always that one effed up person, more than one. I'm sure of it. But it's inevitable. And the fact that, one thing about these gold diggers and predatorian, do they say right, women, is if they smell that you're a weak man, if you yeah, if I don't know, okay, simple, whatever it is, if she smells that in any way, and if she's a gold digger, if she smells that you have weaknesses, she will attack those weaknesses, and she will prey on you, take advantage of you. So, but the fact that you guys, I don't know, to me, I always, it, my beliefs that, we on this planet, in this physical world, we're only here for a split second, not even a split second compared to eternity. This life, the looks and all the materialistic things, they don't matter, because we're here only as visitors to move on to the next realm. And if you fail in this realm, you probably get reborn and over again until you get it right. Or you'd never get it right, and you just being stuck in the limbo here, and all you care about is money and looks and all this vanity crap. uh, that's when you get stuck here, and you will never pass on. Again, it's just my beliefs. I don't know if I'm right, honestly. I believe, like, people believe in God and Jesus and all this, so I believe in what I believe. So those are my educational guess. But nobody really knows where we go. So anyway, maybe we just rot in the ground, but I don't believe that. I believe we're all energy. So to me, I think that the most important thing is being kind. And if you are kind, and if you treat others with kindness, I think it'll come back to you 10 times better. And I believe in karma. Whether you do good or bad, it might not come back right away. It might take some time. But when either karma slaps you right there in the end before you even do something, and just to be like, yo, you're getting away from the path that you need to walk on. So get back where you belong, or sometimes she'll let you do whatever it is that you need to do, and then years later come back, boom, and you got stage 4 cancer. Dark humor, okay, dark humor, but that's my kind of humor too. But anyway, let's see what you got to say here. So this, yeah, you said the lady asked 3,000. Now you know what, 3,000. I've heard women asking for 50,000 for $100,000 rings. I mean, the audacity. Sometimes I hear from women complaining about the ring. I did have acquaintance. She was not a friend, but acquaintance, and then she started dating this older gentleman, like way older, and he was really rich. And I guess he fell for her, and proposed to her, got her a $25,000 ring, Tiffany ring, and I guess it wasn't big enough for her because she wanted like 2 carat, but it was only like a 1 carat because it's Tiffany, and Tiffany, even like a little tiny ring is like already $5,000 because it's Tiffany's. I don't know. If you ask me, me personally, I don't get this hoopla about engagement rings, and these things don't even happen in Ukraine because we don't have the concept of, oh, you need an engagement ring. No, you get a wedding band and that's it. And it's a plain and simple, and we wear it on the right hand, not the left hand. But anyway, okay, she wasn't my girlfriend. Oh my God, she wasn't even your girlfriend, and she asked you for $3,000. Oh my God, you gotta be freaking joking me. She wasn't even your girlfriend. See, this is what I'm talking about. Audacity. And the thing is, if you don't really know, if she's not vetted, you say she's Russian, she could be a dude for all you know. So, okay, let's see. And you guys, I make the best coffee. Anyway. So for many men, the looks is the first thing that attracts them. Exactly. The looks that's what attracts the man to a woman. And then the character is, and the way she behaves, the attitude, well, preferably absence of attitude. I have a little too. I do. I personally have a little bit of attitude, a little bit feisty and fiery. I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo, and I'm a rooster on top of that too. So believe me. But I've met a man that actually keeps me grounded, and I'm grateful for that. Believe me. So anyway, and then by the way, those flowers. I can't. Let me show off a little bit, because look at this. Look at this, you guys. So cute. Sunflowers. Sunflowers are actually one of my favorite flowers because they turn to the sun, and and the sun is my planet. Anyway, enough about me. I'm alone. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yesterday was a special occasion, so that's why I got the flowers. Okay, she wasn't my girlfriend. Okay, for many men. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, the looks, yes. And you know what I also think, again, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I mean, if The girl doesn't have to be super duper beautiful. I understand not everybody was born with good genes, and you, whatever it is that you have, the least what you can do is to take care of yourself, do the maintenance, upkeep, make sure you hit the gym. You don't even have to have a gym. You can work out at home. There are plenty of exercises where you can work out with your own body weight. You can go for walks, summertime, bike rides, There are many of different things where you can take care of yourself and still look good, whether this is good or not. That's so when I hear people, it's like, well, I'm like, anyway. So, but what I have come to realize that men, yeah, they like good looking women, yes, but they still prefer a woman that does not put too much makeup on, like that she's just herself, little makeup to like, or to none. you know they prefer to see a woman that would, at least to see her what she really looks like. She can have the makeup on daily, I guess. I don't know, me personally, I don't like makeup, like, so, but I think the men prefer a woman that has minimum makeup so he can at least tell what she looks like, because after seeing what I've seen that people are able to do with makeup, holy crap. Hello. I mean, I've seen full on men looking like Barbie dolls with makeup. So, yeah, this is why I tell men, if you're going on a date and she's wearing too much makeup, take her to, swimming pool and go in the steam room. I don't know, push her in a pool. I mean, that would be rude to do. Okay, but you get the point, right? So I do think that men also get a little confused when it comes to makeup. Sometimes, like, well, yeah, she looks so good, and then I see her, and I did tell this story, but I'll tell you this again. This one friend of mine back in the day, he picked up this girl at the club, and they were, vibing, took her back to his place, and she was petite, big boobs, pretty girl. And one thing led to another. They kept drinking, this, that, making out. And then one thing led to another. So they're naked. Well, he's taking off her dress, and she had these, like, well, not like real silicone, but, I think it's hard to anyway, to get kind of like pads that you put in your bra that they simulate like actual breasts, so it's like rubbery and stuff. But anyway, so she put those things in, and then when they were making out, just taking the dress off, and so they, of course, they fell out. You're saying, okay, it's just so good looking, and this and that. And so what? Small boobs, who cares? Next thing, okay, so they slept, and then wake up in the morning. It turns to her like the whole entire makeup, like on his pillow. Her extensions fell out because they were like clip-ons, and then her lashes fell off, and she looked completely different. Plus, he was sober in the morning and hungover on top of that. So he calls me. He's like, "Oh my god, I don't know what to do with this girl. She doesn't even look like her." He's like, "What the hell? Who the hell is this woman?" And he was trying to get me to show up there and pretend to be his girlfriend to kick her out. I'm like, I'm not getting involved. What's wrong with you? Like, you deal with your own stuff. Anyway, so that's what like with the makeup, I can see men being like, well, what? And then I hear women's like, well, if he's asking you to see you without makeup, this was in one of the YouTube podcasts, whatever. This woman, she looks like a clown, absolute clown with makeup on. Even with makeup on, she looks like a barely even 4. But anyway, so she just like acts all high and mighty, and it's like, well, if the man is asking you to see you without makeup, he's only projecting that he's broke. I'm like, okay, please explain this mindset, because I'm not following. But anyway, so she goes on. She's like, well, he probably did. Um, he knows that the makeup is expensive, so he doesn't want to invest in you in the future. So I'm like, why does he need to invest in your future makeup? It's something that you buy yourself. You buy your own tampons, you buy your own makeup. Like, he doesn't use, the man don't use makeup. Why does he need to buy you makeup? Like, you can't afford your own makeup. But that's the thing, like, men they have nothing against the makeup. It's just when you have the excess of this stuck on your face, and when you look absolutely different, that he meets, let's say, Beyonce, or like Marilyn Monroe, goes to sleep, wakes up to Quasimodo. I mean, I would be traumatized. Like, I would be traumatized, really. At least us women, we don't have to worry about going to sleep with a man and waking up with one man and waking up with a completely different dude because his beard came off, his hair came off. It's like, what? I mean, it's only fair. It's only fair for him to see you without makeup. And I mean, and then why are you so insecure to show yourself without it? And again, it goes both ways. It's not just men that need to have confidence. Women have to have confidence too. Stop comparing yourself to this girl or that girl, and men, stop comparing yourself to anyone. Work on yourself. You need to get it through your head that you need to work on yourself. And that's the only way. Once you work on yourself, once you become confident, once you start loving yourself, once you see, your potential, and you're thriving in life, and you really just don't need anything or anyone, this is when you start attracting. And you're attracting what you really feel like. Whatever it is that you put out there in the universe, this is exactly what you're going to get. So when you are needy and desperate, and all you just constantly searching, looking for something, for someone just to come and rescue you, because I don't know what it is that, what you're going through, you're only going to attract wrong kind of people. I'm telling you from my own experience. I was desperate years ago, which was what, 20 years ago, 19 years ago. I was desperate. And I attracted someone who ended up abusing me for 15 years. And I was in a situation where it was very hard to get out, and up until 2022. So I'm telling you, if whatever it is that you put out there, this is what you're gonna attract. And if you're just always gonna be like, oh, I need money, I'm so broke, and you think about this, and this is where you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck in that mindset, and what your thoughts become your reality. I never really believed in manifesting until I actually started doing it. And I learned that exactly what you are, you attract what you are, what you put out there. So if you're just gonna be negative, if you're gonna be entitled, like feeling entitled that, I'm deserving, because I'm just here, I'm here, I came to, to the date, I'm a 10, so you just, bow to me and do everything that I tell you to do. Like, that doesn't happen. And if it does happen, you're still not going to be happy, because you will always pay. In the end, you will always pay for the things that you do in life, whether they're good or they're bad. It doesn't matter. You think you're just gonna cruise through life hurting people, and you might cruise throughout your life being evil, but you're only gonna get reborn into this. And if you think you're gonna get your life is guaranteed next lifetime, that, oh, I'm gonna be born again into the rich family. No, next time you're gonna be born into something that you abused, in your previous life. Again, my personal beliefs. Anyway, to do. Okay, let's see. Hi, Richard. Show up naked and bring food. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Men are very easy, very, very easy. It's like if women only understood how easy it is to get along with a guy when you're being genuine, when you're not being needy, and you're not being demanding. If you're being nurturing and loving and caring, he will freaking move mountains for you. Like literally, well, not literally, okay. But he will do anything in his power if he's feeling loved and if he feels that he's being needed. Men want to be needed, okay? If you're an independent woman and you don't need a man, man's not gonna want to stick around. What for? What, just to give you some D? Okay, and all these independent women, they already have a full drawer, uh full of parts of men. Okay, so when you roll out there and being like a boss chick, you thinking you're gonna attract another boss? No, there can only be one boss. Okay, so, but not really. Say again, boss. There's a difference between a leader and a boss. Okay, boss just bosses you around, tells you what to do, gives you shit if you mess up, blah blah blah. A leader will walk you through. You make a mistake, he will sit you down, or she will sit you down, break it down for you. Okay, this is where you made a mistake, which is okay. Everybody makes mistakes, but here's what you need to do next time to avoid making mistakes. This is how you do it. This is what this is what a leader is. This is why us Ukrainian women, we have no problems, um, no problems, submitting to a man and being led, as long as he knows what he's doing. And he doesn't need to be already up there, being CEO or whatever. No, we're willing to work with a guy from ground up. It's fine, because everybody starts somewhere, and sometimes people live half of their life and then they have to start all over again, and some people are scared to do it, and some people actually excited. So I was scared to start my life all over again, and I thought I was suicidal. I thought like my life is over. What am I gonna do? I'm 42 years old, you know and I have to start all over, start from scratch, start from the beginning again. Well, maybe not. It's not like I came to Canada all over again, but you know what I mean. Just a completely different life. I knew everything. I already had my life for 15 years. It was not good, but it was something that I was already used to. It was my comfort zone. That's why I didn't even want to get out of it. I put up with abuse because it was something that I was already used to. I knew what to expect. So, but believe me, guys, sometimes you just need to move on in life and start all over, and it's scary. It is scary, but believe in yourself. That's one thing. You have to believe in yourself. If you have self-doubts, you will never succeed in life. I'm telling you this right now, and I'll say it again and again. If you do not believe in yourself, then don't even bother. Don't even bother with, just give up. Because, like I said, your thoughts become your reality. So if you're always thinking, I'm a loser, and this is never going to get better, this is exactly where you're going to stay. You're never going to succeed. You're never going to achieve anything in life if this is what your mindset is. If only people knew how much, and how, like, what humans are actually capable of, even just doing things with their own mind. I mean, you guys never heard about, anyway, you guys register. Have you guys ever heard about, crap, now I forgot. Anyway, okay, I see. Now I'm saying, okay, agreed. I'm hearing a lot of Ukrainian women are money hungry. Ukrainian. Well, okay, so that goes from Russian. Okay, it goes from. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. Passport. Oh, Passport King. Hi. I King started with a joke. Yes. I love jokes, but not. Okay, so as long as they not moody and have morals. Also, they must never say no to me in regards to me wanting to make love. I agree. I do agree on that. I agree on that. I think I also noticed that quite a lot of women in the West here, they get married and then they just stop having sex with their husbands. And then God forbid he goes and finds it elsewhere. Oh my God, you cheated? Ah, I mean, I want a divorce and I want half your stuff. But that's I noticed this is like so normal in the West at this point. It's like, yeah, I don't blame men don't want to get married. If I was a dude, yeah, good luck. Good luck. Agreed. I'm hearing a lot of women in Ukraine are money hungry. Again, like I said, I'm sure there are plenty, but we don't have them. Well, we might. I'm not gonna say we don't because I really don't know these women personally. From what I know, they're all vetted pretty well. So, anyway, if a woman, no matter her nationality or ethnicity, is asking for expensive dates, gifts, or cash app, or yeah, I know, cash app her when just met or after one date, that's the only red flag I need. Next. Listen, you know what? The only red flag you actually need is that you take her somewhere and she says that's not good enough. She says coffee date is not good enough. Again, I was talking to my man about this yesterday, right? Because we were watching some videos, on dating. Actually, we watched the video that Irina's gonna discuss tomorrow, right? So we were talking about that. And I always say that coffee date is good enough. It should be good enough because that's how I was raised. My grandma told me from a very young age, if a guy is taking you out on the first date and he's spending way too much money, prepare to bend over. So, it was like, no, you agree to a coffee date, you don't go to places where you can't afford to go yourself. And if you do go to a place, you make sure you have enough money to cover your own freaking food. Okay. So that was how I was raised. Okay. But and then we talked because the first date we went to, he took me to a nice place. It's nothing too fancy. It's vegan. It was a vegan place because back then I was vegan, and nothing upscale. It's mid, not, but it was cute, like I love the vibe, and it's kind of like eccentric place. They got nice, beautiful art, my kind of place. So before that, so he so he already knew what I liked. We were friends for some time by then, and he asked me, like, he already knew I was a vegan, so of course he wanted to make it special for me, right? But that's because it was our first date, but technically we already known each other for about 3 months. So it wasn't like we didn't know each other and it was like first time we meet and then he's taking me. No, we hung out before, we were friends. So yes, but then once we decided to actually go on a date and become, romantic, that's when he took me out. But then again, it was mid. I think he spent $60 altogether. That was with a couple of drinks and yeah, 2 entrees, right? So even that I thought it was a little bit pricey, but because it's my mentality where um I always see the amount of money he spends when we go out, and I always already thinking this is how much groceries I could have bought. Anyway, that's my money hungry. Yeah, okay. Mhm. The woman, no matter what nationality. Oh yeah. Right. I just click on that. Okay. Secrets. I came across some Ukrainian gold diggers. I'm telling you, I'm sure there are. I'm not saying they're not. In every joke, there's a little truth. Yes, actually, you know what? There's a saying in Ukrainian and Russian. In every joke, there's a little bit of joke. That's the truth. But that's okay. Block this piece of garbage. Ukrainian women are only bitch. Maybe to you because you've never probably even seen a Ukrainian woman or touched her. Good luck. Okay. See how do I block this? Anybody? If anybody's watching, how do I block this piece of garbage? Anyway, go f yourself, loser. Yeah, the way you speaking, I'm my okay. I already know where you are from. This guy, only a bitch with your broken English. Anyway, Santos, that's a shame. Men must be very careful when choosing a woman. Listen, I keep saying that. It's not just men; it's women too. The most important decision you're gonna make in your life is to choose your partner, your life partner, because you can choose the queen or you can choose the freaking witch, you know. And if she becomes the mother of your children, the same thing with the guy too. You can choose a king or you can choose a joker, you know. And then especially if you have kids, you're stuck for at least 18 years, at least, depending on how many kids you got. If you got 3 kids, who knows how? Yeah, so stuck for more than 3 years. So I've seen people where they had nothing, they were just starting their life, and they met the right person, and that person supported them, loved them, and cared and nurtured them, and they made it as a couple together, as a unit. So that's the most important thing. And then the second most important thing is probably would be your career. But I think in some cases it's easier to change the career than it is to you know change the partner. The heck, I watch so many criminal shows. There are some people that, yeah, you don't get out of the marriage alive. Hello. So I mean, you don't. It's scary out there. So when you meet someone that loves you for you and just you, and doesn't want anything from you but just to be around you and see you smile, hold on to that person for dear life. Because chances of you meeting a better person, probably zero. And someone on their level, yeah, still probably zero. Yes, there, yeah, you could probably meet someone better. So then, I mean, I think, that, I guess everybody's got their own destiny, but God gave us free will. So you can change your destiny, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so secret. Sure thing. It could be some of them look at Western men as their ticket for better life. Yeah. Can you blame them? Listen, would you? Okay, it's like kind of like you guys are looking for women out there for better life as well, because you're tired. That's why you're here. You're tired of Western women taking advantage of you. Yes, and I'm sure you think about what are the guarantees you guys have. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Nothing. The only thing that's guaranteed is just death and taxes, right? And you gotta pay your taxes, and if you don't, you go to jail. And death, everybody dies. So those two things are guaranteed. So other than that, nobody owes you anything. Your parents don't owe you shit. They don't. Nobody owes you anything. You are the only one who is in charge of your own life, and you make your own decisions. So believe me, as much as I want to cry, oh my God, I was abused, but I chose the man. I chose him. I chose to stay. So for me to cry is just to be stupid, right? Hello, this is my poor choice I made. So I can cry to myself and by myself, but for me to complain to others, why did you stay? That's what people ask me. Why did you stay? Well, I don't. Anyway, so but yeah, better life. I mean, yeah, if you have, listen, there's a thing about, okay, so one thing about Slavic men, which Rina is going to talk about tomorrow, that so the one thing you have to understand about Ukrainian women is that we are used to a man to be the provider. Okay, this is the way it works in Ukraine. So believe me, if you go on a date like me, I've been on a date before in Ukraine, and God forbid if I try to pull my wallet out in front of the guy, he would be so insulted. I'd probably not get a second date, or I'd get cussed out right there and then in front of everyone. Because Ukrainian, Slavic, Russian men they are raised as providers. They are protectors and providers, but at the same time, they drink, they cheat, and they beat their wives. So, see, do you think Ukrainian women would be looking anywhere else if Ukrainian men were not alcoholics and weren't abusers? No. Why? Why would they want to go anywhere else? Why would they want to stray away from our own people? We wouldn't have that problem. We wouldn't need to go and look for somewhere else. Why? So, but that's the sad reality. This is what's going on there. And what are you gonna like? So yeah, of course, who doesn't want a better life? You want a better life. Don't you want a better woman? That's why you're here. You're looking elsewhere. You're not looking on your street. You're not looking in around the corner, a few blocks away from where you are, right? You're here for a reason, because you're fed up with the women that are around you. Same thing, we Ukrainian women are fed up with Ukrainian men. First, there's more women, way more women than men, so men are very kind of relaxed. Like, well, it's just me and another 10 women on my street, so I get to pick. They don't get to pick. I'm the only one on this block. Hello. So yes, of course, it's in everybody's mind. Hierarchy, yes. Everybody's aiming for better life. It's just kind of like people immigrate. My parents, my dad moved here for better life for myself, or for my sister, and for himself, because everybody wants to do better. This is why we do affirmations. This is why people go to life coaches, to do better in life. What if you don't want to do better in life? Then don't even come here and spew your, whatever that you need to say. Keep it to yourself. If you don't want to do better, then go for and stay with the woman that you want to stay with, like the ones that are around you. Like, why are you here? You don't want a better life. You don't want to be healthier. You don't want to be better looking. You don't want to be buffer or slimmer. You don't want to have a better hair. You don't want to have better skin. You just want to be where you are, just somewhere low down there. Is that what you want? Then yeah, okay. Better life. Of course, well, everybody wants a better life. And if you don't, there's something wrong with you. I mean, unless your life is that fulfilling, then I just don't understand why you're wasting even time being here. Your life is so good. You just need a little drama in your life to come here and join and just talk nonsense. Anyway, I'm going to be politically incorrect. Okay, Passport King, you are known to be politically incorrect, but hey, screw, I was going to say F. Yeah, yes, screw being political correct. I'm not a politician to be political correct. Anyway, incorrect, but women that ask the men expensive gifts, money from men, are too lazy or just go to be sex workers. However, those aren't the kind of women for me. I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's like women, oh, I want this and I want that, and it's like you have to pay for this. You have to just do the menu. Here's what you do for that much money. You want a BJ, you gotta get my nails done. Whatever it is, it's like, right? Um, yes, we are dating at the very beginning. Good, good. Listen, you guys, dating, like I said, dating stage is when you get to know each other. And honestly, always look for, not look for red flags, you'll see them, but just don't ignore them. That's my point. I know people that they see red flags, they're hitting them in the face, like literally poking them through the eye socket. And they're still like, well, she's cute, you know, or he's handsome, Don't ignore flags, because you might. One thing about women, you you start ignoring red flags, you get loose with your boundaries. I'm telling you right now, she's gonna use, abuse, drain your bank accounts, drain your energy, drain your livelihood, and leave you high and dry. And just leave you. I mean, she's a gold digger, of course. But at the same time, guys, like, seriously, just don't ignore red flags. If she says, oh, you can't take me here, or you can't take me to Red Lobster's chain restaurant, you can't take me there because I'm too fancy for it. Well, I want to see what it is that you eat on daily basis. Show me receipts where you go to eat every day. What kind of food do you eat? I can tell you right now, there's not one restaurant out there that I've been to, and even I've seen on TV, that make better food than I do. It just, no. I know I'm very confident because I cook with love, so it tastes much better. Plus, I've been cooking since I was 5 years old. Like, I have 39 years, you know, experience. So I've been cooking, yeah. So even if, let's say, I was single and the guy asked me out to, like, to a fancy restaurant, I would laugh in his face. Like, you think you can impress me with this? That's why you need to get to know someone before you even go on a date. You need to know what she likes. Like, I was a vegan. Imagine my man would be like, okay, I like a man that leads. I like when he makes decisions, we go here, we do this. But he's very considerate of course, of my opinion and my wants and my needs. But at the same time, let's say if he was ignorant, right? And yeah, I'm an alpha man. Where a lot of alpha men, they think they know it all, but they're just ignorant. They think they know it all, but then they don't. They have no clue. They just act macho, but a lot of men don't know what being alpha even means. They think being loud and obnoxious, this is what alpha makes you. It No. Anyone that's loud is just annoying as F to me. Oh my god. So anyway. That's me. Let me get back to do. Oh, okay. Secret dance move. Okay, hold on a second. I just want to make sure that I don't read the same thing. Lazy. Okay. Oh, oops. I get lost. All of a sudden, my laptop here. I need a new laptop. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I already did this. Zhenya. Yes, we are dating at the very beginning. Oh, yeah. I already did this one too. Sorry. I don't know. I need to wear my. I broke my glasses. Oh, I settled my glasses. And the other ones, I forgot to grab them. So my father told me many years ago his friend couldn't afford engagement rings, so gave Coca-Cola ring, pool ring to give to a woman, to the woman, and he did. Listen, there's a thing in Ukraine and Russia. So With your soulmate, the life in a hut, in a tent, feels like a palace. Yeah. So when you love somebody for who they are and you just enjoy their company, you won't care if you guys are eating at a Michelin star or if you're just grabbing some food, like street vendor food. You won't care. You won't care if you can't afford to go out, entertain yourselves, because you'll be just happy staying at home and watching a movie or playing a board game. Like I said, the best investment we've ever made is buy Scrabble, and like we got chessboard and Bagamon. He doesn't like Bagamon, I do. So anyway, but Scrabble we play every day. And if it was up to me, we'd probably play all day, all day long, game after game. But that's me. I have a little bit of addictive personality, and I'm very competitive. So, oh, good God. It's so competitive. He always bugs me. He's like, competitive much? It's just, I come from a family of athletes. So, yeah, that's just embedded in my brain. I got to compete. I don't always have to win. I just like to compete. Yeah, I do have to win. I don't have to. I don't have to, because obviously it's 50% luck and 50% brain. So if he's getting all the good letters, I don't stand a chance. Anyway, I mean, this is like that's the beauty of having the right partner in life. You're just having fun. Even I'm thinking about playing Scrabble and I'm already tearing up with joy. Like, I'm happy. So you guys, believe me, once you find someone, that loves you for you, you won't care. You'll be happy staying home, drinking tea and talking. Speaking about myself, most of the time, what sparks me first is the physical. Yeah, Santos, it's like most men, I want to say all men, okay? When they see a good looking woman, of course they're like, well, hello, she's dressed nice, beautiful, nice hair, she just very nice physique, figures off the hook, the way she walks, the confidence, yes. For men, it's the first is the physical attraction, but I know for sure that I used to have this Russian friend. She was the it girl here, like back in the day, like what, 15, 17 years ago, 18, something like that. She was the it girl. Everybody wanted her here. Everybody. But physically she was hot. But then you got to talk to her, and then it's like she was just freaking toxic to the core, and every single man she dealt with suffered. Everyone. One died, one almost died. It had nothing to do with her directly, but just saying that even being around this woman brings you bad freaking luck. One went from multi-millionaire, I mean multi-millionaire, to a homeless man. So yeah, like I said, make sure that you pick, and to you guys, don't listen. The looks vanish. Nobody's gonna look as beautiful as they looked 20, 30 years ago. It's not gonna happen, and no amount of plastic surgeries will make you look the same again. You're gonna look like a freaking lizard, okay, with all the skin stretching and pumping the crap in your face. I'm telling you, I know people, they're younger than me, okay, way younger than me, but all the Botox, all the lip injections and hyaluronic and freaking acid in their face, they're half my age. I'm not joking, half my age, and she looks 10 years older than I am. So, looks vanish. For some people, age like fine wine, some age like milk. So I always thought that picking the right personality, we're all, strip us of our body, We are only energy. Okay? So if you falling in love with this, there's really something wrong with you. You need to fall in love with someone for what's inside. Once you see that beauty, this won't even matter that much. Again, I'm also understanding of men. We need to get aroused. Okay, so if you can't get it up because she's that ugly, I mean, yeah, I understand. I do. Well, I comprehend the. I comprehend this. Yeah, because I'm not a man. I don't need to get. Don't need to get anything up. So yeah, I understand that. But at the same time, if the woman does take care of her body, she's just working out, like, yeah, okay, maybe the face is not that great, but. And again, I also really want everybody to just even evaluate themselves. Like, look at yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. What do you think you rate yourself? And this is your league. You could go a little bit higher, you can go a little bit lower, right? Plus minus 1 2, but you can't just go. If you're a 3, you can't go for a 10. There's just no freaking way. I mean, yes, you can, maybe if you're a man and you have a lot of money and you're willing to pay for her. That's the only way you're getting a 10. It's very, very rare, but it happens sometimes in the nature of, obviously, yes, but it's very rare where you see a 3 with a 10, unless there's something else involved other than people are, especially people that are like 10s and 9s. Most of them, I want to say, they're pretty shallow. So yeah, especially women, that when they know they're good looking, they're just gonna be like, you gotta pay just to be around me, just to look at me. You gotta pay me, because they're like, even the Instagram models, they post pictures and sponsor paid them for posting pictures. So of course they're gonna be like, well, I get paid online just people to show some ass a little bit, with my bikini. So you gotta pay for me to be here. Like, well, you get to see me in person. I know that there are a lot of women out there with this kind of mentality. It's like, if I get ready and I put my Chanel stuff on my face, you gotta pay me to be in my presence. That. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Did I? Okay, so speaking about myself, oh yeah, I just, what is wrong with me? I'm in UK. Hi UK. I'm in Canada. I would only date a Ukrainian woman who is UK based, not living in Ukraine. I'm sure we have plenty of women that are based in UK. Why? Well, I understand, yeah, because I do understand why based, because she's already there, so she doesn't need to get out of a desperate situation. But guys, I gotta tell you one thing: if you think that Ukrainian women are desperate, they're just gonna jump on the first train that, oh, he's interested in me, I'm just gonna. Do you know how many guys get turned down on match guarantee? Because most women that we have, they're already established, they have their shit together, they don't, and they already have a life back home. And if you think that life in, well, yes, it's bad because of the war, but other than that, Ukraine is doing way better. Well, it was doing way better than, I think, well, US for sure. I don't even want to be near US. But my point is not, do you think that they want to just leave their life in Ukraine behind, sell their house, leave their friends, their family, just to be with you because you gave them the time of the day? No. You joking? Anyway, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because sometimes I want to say stuff, but I know that everybody's gonna get, you know, I feel insulted. Oh. Believe me. For me, if I'm not satisfied sexually, then it's over. I agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. That's why there's no sexual compatibility. Then that's when immediately stop it. Exactly. I agree with you. Well, to women, sex doesn't even really matter. I mean, I can live the rest of my life without sex. I don't care. I do love to make love to my men. Absolutely, I do. But to men, it's crucial. It is crucial. That's why even in nature, in animal world, men go get this bitch pregnant, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and they're all single mothers. Unless the birds, most birds, they are monogamous and they mate for life, but some animals as well too. So like wolves. But anyway, you guys, I gotta really go. Well, let me see. Let me just okay, let me just get through all the quickly comments, and I gotta jet because it's already over an hour, and I was told to cut it before that, but I guess because I wasn't here last time and I missed you guys, so that's why. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, Secret Santos. It's easy to meet face to face if you're not based in the same. It's easy to meet face to face if you're not based in the same country. It's easy to meet face to face if you're not in the same country, or you've met. Okay, because okay, I thought it wouldn't be easy if you live in two different countries. But anyway, what do I know? One impressive trait you possess is that one of the must-have is authenticity. Thank you, Coach. I haven't seen you in a while, Coach. Where have you been? I want to stick around and chit chat, but I don't want to get in shit. Okay. For me, I won't limit my option to only one. Only those in where I live. You guys, I mean, date around, see what's out there. As long as you don't play, too much, it's okay to be seeing, I guess, a couple of women, 3 women, as long as you don't promise either, like if you don't start sleeping with all of them at the same time. If you're just talking to, let's say, 3 women, and you tell them up front, listen, I'm already talking to these other 2 women, you're not the only one, so think that we're already in a relationship, because I know how some women think, oh, we're just because we're talking. And it's not just women, men too, believe me. Just because you guys are talking, all of a sudden, oh, we're in a relationship, there are people with some serious issues. Yes. So I said that. So yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, if you're single, that's why I say, you know what? I don't understand people that get in a relationship and still, go out there and then still see other people while they're supposedly in a committed relationship, but they're still playing in, the field, and see what, maybe there's something better out there. No, don't do that. If you still want to be looking for other options, be upfront with people. Don't be like, well, no, we're dating, this is you're the one for me. But then you can just, why be single? First of all, people will have more respect for you if you just upfront and honest and say, hey, listen, yes, I like you, I think you're cute, we have a good time together. Yes, but there's this other woman that I'm talking to, and I'm just trying to figure out which one is better. And there's nothing wrong with it. Women do this kind of stuff, to see. So yeah, and nothing wrong with it as long as you are honest. Okay, so okay, oh yeah, I just did this one. Okay, love me, do love. I don't know. I'm guessing that was a song. I tend to strongly agree. I have a feeling that she's not only masking anything and being very genuine. Okay, Richard. She was desperate last week. Huh? She is telling you story, more joking. Okay. Anyway, you guys, what is this? Passport Jenny and is sorceress witch? Just kidding. If I'm a witch, if I would be a good witch though. I would heal people. I probably damaged a couple. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I do want to sometimes. Yeah, not just fuck them up in the head. But oops. Anyway, sorry you guys. Listen, I gotta go. 'Cause I want to stay. Oh my gosh, I know. Okay, let's see. Okay, screw it. I'm already over time anyway. So Zhenya. Okay, let's see. Sorceress. Yes. Do. Yeah. Okay. Um. Oh, on Saturdays. Yeah, that's me. Zhenya sure likes talking. Yeah. Hey, I'm the only one talking. You guys, I don't see the. Oh shit! I forgot to put the link here for you guys to join. Anyway, I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, I do like to. Well, you're listening, aren't you? I hope so. I hope I'm not talking to myself. But even then, I see myself in the camera and I look so cute. I'm just joking, you guys. I'm just joking. Only place I want to boss my future wife in the bedroom. Okay, yep, okay, leg up higher. This way that means I need yes. What okay, passport king, one thing, a lot of Ukrainian women do gymnastics when they're young, so pretty flexible, okay? Yes. I gotta tell you, I did that was because in gym class all the girls had to do gymnastics. So the leader will say, show up and bring food, leave the shoes and the dress at the door. You don't like high heels in the bedroom? My man loves high heels. I can leave the dress but keep the heels on. I don't know. Joe was talking about that we need to open another channel and talk about more sexual things. But I don't know. Anyway, do you have kids, Jenya? When you got out of bad relationship? No, I don't have kids. I've never been married, and I don't have kids. I listen secret dance move. My parents got divorced when I was 7 years old, and pretty much everybody in my family, not pretty much everybody in my family that I know, got divorced. So when I was a kid, I decided I don't never want to get married, and I never want to have kids with the wrong person. Okay. And lucky for me, I had very smart parents. I guess they taught me common sense. So I figured unless I meet the right person, I don't want to have children with someone and then just be stuck with them. I think that the most precious gift you can give to a man is to give him a child. And I figured if I don't want to give a child to the wrong person. Okay. I wanted to meet the one that is the right person for me. And if I don't meet him, I'm not just going to start having babies just for the sake of procreating. I didn't want to be stuck with a person I don't want to be stuck with for the next 18 years. I didn't want to look at my child and think I made a mistake. I should have waited for my true love. Again, my personal opinion, but that's what I thought. And this is how I live my life. And I have no regrets. I don't. Because I think you live, you learn. Every experience in your life is a lesson. And it's your choice whether you want to learn from it or keep making the same mistake. It's up to you. So, and plus there's no point of regretting. Nothing I can do about it. It's done. There's nothing I can do about my past. Nothing. I can't change it. So what's the point of regretting and having these negative feelings? Because, negative feelings, you know what, do this experiment with yourself. Either or. Do either 17 minutes of positive thinking and you by yourself, speak out loud, I talk to myself all the time. Speak out loud and say good things. For the next 17 minutes, you just only say good things, something positive, positive, positive. You'll see the rest of your day will be on that note. You will be positive, and only the good things will happen to you. Yes. That's the part of manifesting. Or you can try to do the opposite. You can be bitter and bitching for the next 17 minutes, and you will see that the rest of your day will follow as you started it. Like 17, all it takes is 17 minutes. So you guys, always self-affirmation. And for you to attract a good person, someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with, you need to work on yourself. You need to be the reflection of what you want. So if you want someone good, that loving, caring, nurturing, you have to be that person. Well, in your case, guys, you men are not nurturing, they're protectors, providers, right? So if you want a nurturing, loving, caring, submissive woman, you gotta be protector, provider, lover, right? So I'll leave it on that note, because you guys, I can just talk and talk and talk. Obviously, secret dance move figured me out. I like to talk. I guess this is your first time here, right? So Santos and Passport King and Richard will tell you I do love to talk. As I like to read too. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for visiting me and keeping me company and listening to me talk. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And let me just play this one last video as always. And I will see you next Saturday. But come back and see Irina tomorrow. She's got an interesting topic, you guys. I might come and just be in the comments with you guys, just to catch up, because one day I've not being on podcast, and I miss you guys. Okay, guys, love you. Have a good one.
Hi guys. Say, have you ever wondered how us, beautiful Ukrainian women, rate you? Well, now you can go calculate your score at yoursmv.com.
You know what? I was gonna actually end the stream before the video ended, but then I'm looking at those three women in the picture. Us and Anna says us Ukrainian women. None of those three women are Ukrainian. Nope. Anyway, love you. Have a good weekend, guys.